I'm on location.
Well-known name on the dirt circuit. What a way to open the season on the high banks. It's our main event. Here's Paul Small.
Ready to come down to the green flag this time around. Mackie looks him over. Green flag comes out.
The sounds of racing are definitely the sweetest on opening day. And the echo inside the valley was the season debut of the Jets.
That's basically all I've heard all winter long. You know, Bret's coming, what do you think? Bret's coming, what do you think? You know, I welcome him here. He's a good competitor. He's clean. He runs well. He can only add professionalism to the sport at Lebanon Valley. So
give him, I think, a few weeks to figure out what he needs equipment-wise, and he'll come blasting through pretty quick.
As the sun set, the shocker of the night was the 57 car. Fans were stunned to find out that 1981 track champion Tommy Corellis was not the pilot. But this second-generation driver stole the spotlight as he beat out Bret the Jet in his qualifying heat. His dad was not present for the race.
Stayed away this week being opening night and all, and probably, couldn't take it. So it's got to be tough, 30-some-odd years of racing, just to walk away like that.
After finishing second in his qualifying heat, Hearn would start 15th in the modified feature, and the Budweiser Auto Palace 3 quickly made its way into the top 8 until a tangle with the car off turn number 4. Bret does a complete 360, but manages to keep the car going. He would finish 14th. Corellis had the Riffenberg Construction 57 in the lead early on, chased by defending track champion Billy Decker in the Adabras 91, and many-time king of the valley, Kenny Tremont, in the black and white 115. They waged a war on the racetrack with Decker charging to the inside of Tremont to grab the second position. Decker would then chase down leader Donnie Corellis, setting up the incident that people are going to be talking about all season long. Going into turns 1 and 2, Decker moves up high in the 91 while Corellis stays low. Decker sets up the crisscross move using the banking for momentum as they streak down the backstretch. Decker charges to the inside of Corellis in turn number 3, but then drifts back up the racetrack. Corellis returns the favor, coming to the inside in turn 4, and then contact on the front straightaway. Decker incredibly makes the save to maintain the second position, and after all this, the caution flag flies over the speedway. And the reason for the yellow was that the starter had determined that Donnie Corellis intentionally bumped Billy Decker. He put Decker at the front of the field, something that Corellis would have no part of on the racetrack. When the green flag came back out, Corellis led the remaining laps in the Riffenberg Construction 57, which set up a very bizarre victory lane ceremony. Decker, having been informed under the caution that Corellis was disqualified, never challenged him for the lead. And while Corellis pulled into victory lane thinking he had won the race, Billy Decker, who officials had declared the winner, also rolled his car into victory lane. Upon videotape review, officials reversed their decision and gave the win back to Corellis. Decker has protested the finish, and this unofficial top 5 is now in the hands of Dirt's appellate board, pending further review.
What a bizarre start to the season at the Valley. As for Bret, we'll have more about his big-time sponsorship deal a little bit later in the show when he goes fast forward with Robin. Coming up, I'll have the news. But first, here's our A-plus racing quiz.
How many different modified winners won at the Valley last year in 1995?
I have to say 6. I'll guess at 8. Way off.
I think there were 9 different winners here at Lebanon Valley last year. 12?
12 different drivers visited victory lane at the Valley last year.
Okay, all you Lebanon Valley fans, I got a real easy one for you if you've been paying attention. Who was the highest finisher in the Wheels 300 at Syracuse in 1995?
I'm not really sure. We finished 13th.
Jack Cottrell. Tommy Corellis.
My dad, well,
Top Cat Tommy Corellis finished 12th in the Wheels 300 last year.
Who was the last Valley regular to win at Super Dirt Week?
I'm kind of stumped there. The Valley regular wins Super Dirt Week.
Nobody's won the big race from Lebanon Valley. Well, Bret Hearn, we have one of them now.
No one has claimed the $5,000 bonus promoter Howie Commander puts up for a Valley regular winning at Syracuse.
This Week on Dirt is brought to you by Sunoco A+ Mini Markets, Faye's Drug Stores, Champion Spark Plugs, Racing Electronics, Professional Race Team Communications, Brioski, the official antacid of Dirt, Bob Hilbert Sportswear, and by the Dirt Motorsports Hall of Fame and Classic Car Museum.
The guy that owns a station across the street is, well, he's sort of a show-off. He's real proud of this sporty new car he just bought. Only thing is, he wants to use the highest octane he can find, and unfortunately for him, that means Sunoco Ultra 94. It's the highest octane of any major brand. Hey, I keep catching him looking over here. Well, he's still got his pride, but I've got his gasoline.
If you're filling your prescription worrying about what you should take with what and when you should take it and how it will affect you, maybe you're going to the wrong place. So break out of there and come to Faye's Drugs, where the pharmacy is our business. Our pharmacists are always there to answer questions on dosage, drug interaction, insurance, and more. And AccuFax lets you keep the Faye's pharmacist advice at your site night or day. It's a major breakthrough in making prescriptions easy.
Let's face it, cars and trucks don't last forever. And to win environmentally, you just can't junk this stuff anymore. There is a better way. Classic Auto Recyclers. Each vehicle is dismantled and thousands of parts are for wholesale and retail redistribution. Connected by a worldwide computer web, Plazic has it or they can get it. Recovery, pickup, and delivery almost as fast as the Canadian #1. Racing, recycling, responsible. Plazic Auto Recyclers.
Merrittville Speedway means live dirt modified action. The Niagara region rumbles with dirt track and thunder every Saturday night at Merrittville Speedway. It's non-stop dirt track and action as Canada's best battle America's top dirt superstars. This Saturday night is minor hockey night, race time 7:30. It's Saturday Night Thunder dirt style at Merrittville Speedway.
This Week on Dirt continues. Now, Doug Logan with the news.
In the news this week, Dirt Motorsports, the largest dirt modified sanctioning body in North America, has added 5 new tracks to the dirt fold in 96. Delaware International Speedway in Delaware is a full dirt member track running modified support divisions Saturday nights. Associate member tracks in Pennsylvania this year are Lernerville Speedway in Sarver and Tri-City Speedway in Franklin. Sharon Speedway in Hartford, Ohio is now an dirt member. It was Perry Speedway in Perry, New York. We welcome the new dirt sanctioned days and look forward to including their racing on our later in the year. In other news, Lebanon Valley Speedway in West Lebanon, New York built a new high-level tower over the winter months, costing in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Winston Cup tower has been in for a long time.
I saved all my course money for about years and a tower that can hold approximately 500 people. We can hold 100 people on the first level in suites. We can hold 200 people, which is general admission seating, on the second level, and then we can hold another 200 people on bleacher seats up on the roof.
This first-class facility is complete with food service and all the amenities. Race fans can even purchase a seat in the luxury tower on Saturday nights for an additional $7 to catch all the action on the high banks in comfort and in style. Here's a question for you. When is a destroyed chassis a winner? Well, the answer, when Joe Plazic and Troyer Engineering get together. Dirt star Joe Plazic destroyed his favorite short-track chassis in 1994 during Eastern States Weekend at Orange County Fair Speedway. Plazic initially said it was totaled and left it at Troyer's for scrap. This year, Joe was looking for another short-track backup car and had Billy Colton of Troyer put a fix-it deal together for the crash chassis known as the Rusty Nail. Troyer knew the roll cage was still intact. Now the rebuilt chassis has proven itself a winner already in 1996 at Cayuga County Fair Speedway's season opener.
It's been a great car, and it just goes to show you that you can crash these cars and come back and you know, rear clip and a front clip, and they can win again. So it's a great tribute to Troyer.
Later in the program, you'll find out how Joe would fare this past week, so stay tuned. Coming up, we'll go fast forward with Robin.
Keep it parked. Then we'll put it back in gear. After.
When purchasing a new vehicle, it's an important decision. We'd like to help you make.
You can lease the versatile Chevy Blazer LS 4x4 right now for only $299 a month for 30 months with $1970 down. Only $299 a month. Or how about this sporty Chevy Cavalier? Lease one now for only $198 36 months with $948 down. That's right, only $198 a month.
Now you've seen the deals. Now come see the dealer at Flanagan Chevrolet.
Main Street, North Tonawanda.
Direct to you, the sale of the century. At Colton Auto RV, get the right deal right now. Over 150 new and used motorhomes, conversion vans, fifth wheels, and travel trailers priced at rock bottom. Brand new motorhomes with roof air, awning, and microwave. Only $29,995. New 21-foot well-equipped travel trailers, just $99.95. Direct to you. Over 150 incredible values. Colton Auto and RV, Western New York's largest full-service van and RV center.
Let's face it, cars and trucks don't last forever. And to win environmentally, you just can't junk this stuff anymore. There is a better way. Classic Auto Recyclers. Each vehicle is dismantled and thousands of parts are reconditioned for wholesale and retail redistribution. Connected by a worldwide computer web, Classic has it or they can get it. Recovery, pickup, and delivery almost as fast as the Canadian #1. Racing, recycling, responsible. Classic Auto Recyclers.
We doggies.
From the director of Wayne's World.
There's a fresh kill in the road.
Roadkill stew sounds mighty good right now.
Comes a blockbuster comedy.
Howdy, I'm Ellie Mae.
For the whole family.
I graduated the 6th grade, man. Only took 3 years.
Dabney Coleman, Lily Tomlin, Leah Thompson, and Cloris Leachman star in the world broadcast premiere.
Watch your head, Granny.
Of the Beverly Hillbillies, Tuesday on Fox.
If you've ever wondered why Bret Hearn is known as the corporate jet, it's because no driver owner knows more about the sponsorship side of racing. So just how did Bret close that big deal with Budweiser? We'll find out as we go fast forward with Robin.
Fast Forward with Robin is sponsored by Bob Hilbert Sportswear.
Budweiser, major corporate sponsor in racing, and now we're lucky enough to have them on our team, the dirt circuit. How did you go about getting this deal?
Well, we were really fortunate because Budweiser is not only the king of beers, but the king of sponsors. And we had some people at Auto Palace on our side, and when we became available, Ted Pusher made a quick phone call to some people at Budweiser, put a meeting together, and they just loved the program.
Changes, new sponsor, new track. You're heading north to Lebanon Valley.
There's several reasons, but the biggest one is the sponsorship with Budweiser and the fact that they suggested that I go there. We actually looked at 3 different options, and one of those being Orange County, obviously, and then the other one was to just roam around on Saturday nights at different racetracks. But the point structure being what it is, you really need to have a good home track on a Saturday night for your overall point situation. So we decided that Lebanon Valley would be our place of Saturday night racing this year.
Lebanon Valley has a strong reputation for having a family atmosphere, even among the drivers. Does Bret think he'll be accepted right away?
I think only time will tell. There was a period when we went up to Lebanon Valley, we won a lot of big races and a lot of them in a row. And I don't think that the fans have really gotten totally over that yet, even though we've been moderately successful like the last couple of years. But I think that when they go up there and see that my style of driving is a clean one, and we just go out there and do the best we can and try to stay above board with everything. And I think hopefully they can appreciate that as they have at Orange County in the last few years.
If you could pick who the winner of the Big Block Championship is going to be? Who do you think it'll be at Orange County?
I think Jeff has the upper hand right now.
What are your expectations for 1996? Do you think you can go up there and win the track championship?
Yeah, I think we can. If you ask me, do I think we can go up there and win 10 races? That might be tough. We might be lucky if we can win 3 or 4, because it is that kind of track where it's hard to come from the back. But if we can find that kind of consistency, like we've had at Orange County for the last 7 years or whatever, if we can find that kind of consistency to stay in the top 5, then the championship will come.
Well, it's very obvious that Bret is very serious about this Budweiser sponsorship. And if this interview with Robin is any indication, look for the Jet to be wearing that game face all season long. Well, on now to Brewerton Speedway, where two-time defending track champion Bob McCready won 12 out of 20 feature races last year. Now gunning for his 3rd consecutive title, the barefooted wonder may be in for the challenge of his life, as this Friday night stop is attracting some of the greatest talent on the dirt.
2 established dirt-modified veterans who are sure to give barefoot Bob McCready fits all season are competing weekly at the D-shaped Dirt Demon.
Well, we're looking for a Friday night racetrack to run with a big block, and Brewerton is probably one of the only big block racetracks locally that's running, so we're going to run here on Fridays. I like the racetrack. My owner likes the racetrack, and as long as we can do, we're going to run here on Friday nights.
Well, we're just more or less looking for a place to run. We want to stay more dirt-oriented this year, and hopefully that'll chance of picking up a major sponsor.
Throw in Dale Plank, who now owns his first big block, and a modified rookie who won the Mr. Dirt Sportsman title last year, and you have some future stars that could shine bright throughout the season.
I looked at, for us to move up, what would be the best place as far as a marketing area or a racetrack where we could get the most exposure, and I just feel Brewerton here, just north of Syracuse, would be our best bet.
McCready, the 2-time defending Brewerton track champion, would start 9th on the field in the Kenny Drugs Car Night in this opening 40-lap affair. Early race action found Alan Johnson in the Honeywell Auto Parts Biltrop 14J battling with the Parts Plus car number 19 of Timmy Fuller for the early race lead. A little bit further back in the field, Joe Plozek, who started 12th in the Canadian car number 1, battled with Scotty Prentice for the 3rd position. Dale Plank and Billy Decker had reasonably good evenings. Plank with an 8th place finish. Decker, who won the Conti to get into the feature field, took home 6th in the best charge of the evening. And Chuck Bauer, in his 2nd ever modified race, wound up with a 14th place finish. But it was the Canadian car number 1 of Plozek that was the fastest car on the racetrack. It seemed as though he was riding on rails on the tacky, smooth Brewerton surface as he powered around Alan Johnson for the lead on lap 16. McCready, meanwhile, had a little difficulty making his way through traffic, but ultimately wound up challenging Alan Johnson for 2nd place on the final lap, ducking the Kenny Drugs Car 9 low in turn 2 to get the position. But it was too little and too late to catch the Canadian car number 1, as Joe Plozek brought the Plozek Auto Recyclers entry home for his 2nd dirt-modified win of 96. McCready took the number 2 spot, followed by Alan Johnson, Tim Fuller, and the Hurricane Steve Payne.
With that win at Brewerton, Joe Plozek's stock continues to skyrocket. 2 feature races and 2 feature wins. But as the scene shifted to Cayuga County Fair Speedway, the question would be, could anyone stop the Canadian number 1? Here's Paul Small.
AJ Slideways. Alan Johnson was looking for his first win of 96 at Cayuga County Fair Speedway Sunday, and it looked good for Alan early on as he took the lead from Chuck Bauer's car number 99. But this race would be plagued by yellow fever. First, this 9-car pileup on lap 7 took out, among others, barefoot Bob McCready and the Hurricane Steve Payne. After the cleanup for the accident, just a couple of laps later, many of the same drivers were involved in a crash in turn 1, including Payne and McCready. They would both recover, however, to post top 10 finishes. Deep in the pack, Joe Plozek moved up from his 15th starting position, eventually challenging Alan Johnson for the lead as they completed lap number 20. Coming down the front stretch and into turn number 1, Johnson in his Bignell chassis had the advantage until he hooked a run and bobbled just enough in turn 2 to give the lead and the win to Plozek. For Joe, it was a hat trick, 3 starts, 3 wins. Second spot went to Alan Johnson, followed by Pat Ward, Billy Decker, and Jimmy Phelps.
It just keeps getting better and better on dirt, and Doug Elkins will tell you where.
Season openers on tap Friday, May 3rd at the Genesee Speedway and at Accord Speedway. There's also a full program at Ransomville. Saturday, May 4th, the first 50-lap leg of the Briosky 250 travels to the Fonda Speedway. Sunday, May 5th, the 16th annual Dirt Challenge Cup at Rolling Wheels Raceway. 96 laps for the modifieds. Friday, May 10th, the 11th season opener at Autodrome Granby. Then on the 11th, the 46th season opener at Autodrome Drummond.
Coming up, our Weekend Wars and a new Champion Spark Plugs Driver of the Week.
We'll put it to the floor and kick it sideways when we return.
Brand new this season, Dirt Sportswear Direct. Surprise the racing fans in your life with the latest in Dirt Motorsports apparel and collectibles. Sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and your favorite driver tees. Kids will enjoy the Dirt Modified Matchbox series. Every race fan will want to add to their video collection from the Dirt Video Library, including 1995 Super Dirt Week action. All this and much more in the official Dirt Sportswear catalog. Call today for your free copy, 1-800-979-DIRT.
Merrittville Speedway means live dirt modified action. The Niagara region rumbles with dirt track and thunder every Saturday night at Merrittville Speedway. It's non-stop dirt track as Canada's best battle America's top dirt superstars. This Saturday night, hockey night, race time 7:30. It's Saturday under dirt style at Merrittville Speedway.
Let's face it, cars and trucks don't last forever. And to win environmentally, you just can't junk this stuff anymore. There is a better way. Classic Auto Recyclers. Each vehicle is dismantled and thousands of parts are reconditioned for wholesale and retail redistribution. Connected by a worldwide computer web, Plazic has it or they can get it. Recovery, pickup, and delivery almost as fast as the Canadian #1. Racing, recycling, responsible. Plazic Auto Recycler.
This is your race update from Merrittville Speedway. The Niagara region rumbles with dirt track and thunder every Saturday night at Merrittville Speedway. A 5-star show with the best in Canada battling America's top dirt superstars. This Saturday night is student night at Merrittville Speedway. All students 18 and under admitted free. This is your race update from Merrittville Speedway.
You're watching This Week on Dirt. Now, the Hoosier Tire Weekend Wars.
The Hoosier Tire Weekend Wars begin at Fonda Speedway. Pat Ward in the 56 moves third starting position around Harry Peaks 27 early on in the opening night 30 lapper, leaving Dave Camara in the 26 and 10-time track champ Jack Johnson in the Bauer's 12P to battle in traffic. Ward takes the feature event victory in a race that saw only one caution flag. Camara and Jack Johnson fall in for second and third, followed by Tony Pepicelli and Tim Clemens. Saturday night's opener at the 5-mile point speedway saw Mike Colston Automotive one power around Robbie Green 69 for second, and then bagged Tim Olinsky's 5S for the lead just 2 laps later. Colston holds on the rest of the distance and grabs the opening night win at 5 Mile with Ford power under the hood, followed by Tim Olinsky and Robbie Green, then Bobby Puckett and Glenn Knapp. At the Orange County Fair Speedway Saturday night, last week's 358 modified winner Randy Sherlock chases down the Bob Hayes Jr. car number 4, while his practically identical team car, driven by Chuck Lopresti, crosses the finish line first for the win in the 358 modified 20-lapper. The modifieds had a 50-lapper, Jeff Hetzler, Jimmy Horton in the 87, Jackie Brown in the 16, among many top contenders involved in an early race crash. Frank Cozy was not involved. He came up from mid-pack in the CarQuest 12T to take the lead from Tom Foley on lap 12, while Hetzler's headaches continued as last week's feature winner made contact with Larry Brolsma and then hit the first turn concrete. Cozy held on the rest of the way unchallenged for the victory in the 50-lap affair, followed by Rich Urich, Tommy Meyer, Chuck McKee, and Jimmy Horton. And looking at results from our associate member tracks, Lou Blaney the winner at Lernerville, Andy Priest victorious at Sharon, and Tom Christiak the winner at Tri-City Speedway. Next week, the start of the Weekend Wars Awards. For the Hoosier Tire Weekend Wars, I'm Paul Small.
Well, time now to name our champion spark plugs driver of the week. Kenny Brightbill pulled an incredible move on the outside at Bridgeport to steal a victory over the last 50 feet from Roger Loreno. We had great victories over the week by Pat Ward and Mike Colston. But that cold rush of Canadian air that you're feeling is courtesy the hottest driver on the dirt circuit. Joe Plosick is currently 3 for 3, and with wins this past week at Brewerton and Weedsport, he's our champion spark plugs driver of the week. Congratulations then to Joe Plosick. He's now eligible for the Champion Spark Plugs Driver of the Year award. Next week, a doubleheader at the Land of Legends, and Robin spends some time with an old dirt friend, Ray Evernham. We hope you'll join us. For all of us on This Week on Dirt, I'm Doug Logan saying thank you for joining us, and so long for now.
Race communications for This Week on Dirt provided by Racing Electronics. Call 1-800-272-7111 for your free catalog.
Robin Smokers Apparel, furnished by Bob Hilbert Sport